We are living in potent times, and it is our time to rise and unite. I want to invite you to watch this amazing and informative interview with Anaiya Sophia on Lilith. Who is Lilith? You will learn so much by watching this. I invite you to take the time and share this with other women and women across the world.
Who is Lilith for people who don't really understand what she symbolizes?
Well, there's a whole fabulous creation story that goes with Lilith.
Mm-hmm.
The Gnostics say that Lilith actually was the first woman. And Lilith is Lilith. She's raw, she's powerful, she's in her animal nature, she's primordial, she knows what's what, she is her own woman, she is self-sustaining. And there was a moment in the texts, in the, Hebrew texts, that Lilith started to complain to God and said, I'm having a real issue with Adam. Adam won't allow me to make love to him on top. He always insists that I'm on the bottom, and I can't do that. And apparently this complaint led to nothing. She left the Garden of Eden. Yeah. And the story is she went down to the Red Sea near the Sinai Desert and began to fornicate with demons. And these 3 archangels were sent to retrieve Lilith and to bring her back to the garden. And she again complained and said, I'm not going back to the garden. I am up to here with Adam. He is, he's so self-opinionated and entitled. I'm not going back. And so the angels went back to God, and God sent the angels forward again and said, God has heard your complaint, but there's nothing she can do. Go back to the Garden of Eden, or you shall be barren for the whole of eternity. And she said, well, that's an easy choice. I choose barrenness. And then everything starts getting gnarly and weird in the storytelling. Because then Lilith,
because some people were interpreting it to their own means, or gnarly in the sense?
Well, the next time I hear Lilith, and most of us hear about Lilith, is in connection with the Christian church.
Exactly, yes.
So you pick it up in the Hebrew texts, and then it disappears, and then it sort of re-shows itself again in the Christian texts. And now she's a succubus, now she's a demon, now she's to be avoided. She's the dark feminine, she preys on men, she makes them have wet dreams, and then she steals, his ecstatic energy and
right.
floats and says, ha ha ha, I am the stealer of children. I shall never have a child. I am just going to go around stealing all of your creative potential. And so everyone, in the Dark Ages, like, oh my God, stay away from that energy. And we all recognize that energy. But the problem is, this is a natural part of every single woman. But that story, the succubus, that is not Lilith. Stealing other men's energy, this is not Lilith. This is just a story for us to stay away from that part of us.
The powerful, sensual, sexual energy that can be used for positive healing. It can be used for creation, any type of creation, whether child or something else.
Exactly. But because we have 2,000 years worth of conditioning, that she's evil, she's demonic, she's going to play around with all sorts of weird and wonderful things, we're fearful as we make our approach to her. So our own psyche is projecting all of this stuff upon her. She's porno, she's a dominatrix, she's going to create havoc in my life. So as we approach on the inside, so we have to face our own interpretations of Lilith. And so she will appear angry, wild, seductive, manipulative, because it's our conditioning. But by the time you're brave enough to actually face her, encourage her back into your body and it to be expressed out through you, it's actually a deeply tender experience, because A, you've been separated from her for a long period of time, and B, she's not that.
No.
She's just a wild panther. She runs in the forest. It's so tender. Her reunion is tender, but badass.
It's almost like modern sexual education that they should be teaching in high school or something. Do you know, to the women? Because I could be wrong with this, but she also, with power comes boundaries, and also comes sacredness and appreciation of who you are, so that you know that you don't just give your body away to any guy. I know in high school I was never taught any of that. I had such a disconnection from my body, and so all my first sexual experiences were really not feeling. I just wanted to be, I wanted to be cool. I wanted to be like everybody else. I just wanted to fit in. And so none of them were, quote, spiritual for me. If anything, they were very trauma ridden.
Lilith, she is a great one to have on board when you're looking at how masculine you've become, and say to yourself, I don't want this anymore. Because she's the one who's going to take you on a journey to lose control. Not lose control as in, oh my God, I'm completely wild, I'm destroying everything around me. But lose control as in, take your frigging hands off the steering wheel.
Not everybody can do that. In fact, most people can't do that. So maybe I could relate it to Lilith. When you say you're bringing Lilith, it's metaphorical. You're bringing her energy. So for some people, they need to see a visual image of that. So how do you help that? Like for me, I'm a visual person. So I see the visual, or I would draw her on a piece of paper like they do in the Hindu, where you can see Lakshmi and Durga and Kali. Yes. So how do you help people who, you know, it's like spirit and matter walking in between the two worlds.
I have a great little video snippet I use. It's called The Snake Dance, taken from the movie From Dusk Till Dawn. It is profound. This beautiful actress embodies Lilith exactly how I see her and feel her. The highest, most sophisticated, most elegant level. So it's kind of like a dancer, you know, a dancer on stage for men. All the other ladies are taking their bikinis off and doing their thing. But the one who embodies Lilith, she keeps everything on. She doesn't need to take anything off. And if you like, I'll send you the video snippet.
Yeah, no, I would love that.
It is exquisite. It is the perfect visual to demonstrate Lilith. Lilith is sophisticated. She is not here to seduce men. She really has better things to be doing than to manipulation. Yes, she's sexual. She's the most sexual feminine interpretation we'll ever probably meet, but that's not all. That's another little mystery. People just put her in this ridiculous little camp that she is a sexual goddess. Oh my God, she is so much more than that. And I believe she's going to come back in a big way to us, the generation that we are in women now. That Mr. Trump has been
I know, you said it, I didn't.
It's not to go against. You know, none of those things are to go against. It's to balance out what is being played out.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. I felt that, but I haven't been able to put the words to it that you just did and clarified it.